Last week I did the thing that I usually do, and I went to Mr Mulligan's. And the reason I didn't film it, and there's a very good reason for the fact of why I didn't film it, because it was, unfortunately, it was absolutely rubbish. I don't even know, I struggled to even comprehend how rubbish it was. Like, it was just absolutely crap last time we went. I have no idea why it was, I don't know why it was so crap, but it shouldn't have been crap like that. And there was quite a few reasons why it was crap. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Because I don't like saying that it was crap. Because every time that we go there, we always have a good time. We normally play golf, we normally listen to all the songs that they're playing, and we have something nice to eat or drink. And it's usually a really nice experience with a great atmosphere. And I love going there because of those reasons. But unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for the last visit that we had there. Now, we went on a Sunday because I wanted to go to Mr Mulligan's for a couple of weeks. Because my plan was to go there to cheer myself up. Because unfortunately, I hadn't really been feeding myself the past couple of weeks up until Mr Mulligan's. So I thought that it'd be a great thing to do to cheer me up, because before I go back and start my new life that I'm starting soon, everything's going to go well. So I thought Mr Mulligan's would be a great thing to do just before I start back in, the normal routine again. I thought this would be a nice little thing to do before then. Well, I thought it would be anyway. So we went to Mr Mulligan's. We went on a Sunday. Now, bear in mind, I was aware that there was a chance it might be a quiet session. I was aware of that before we even arrived. So we got there at 11:40. So that was like 20 minutes due to the end of the quiet session would normally be. So I thought it was a quiet session. I knew that even before it could have been. When we got to Mr Mulligan's, there was no music playing. And I thought, well, obviously, it might still be the quiet session. So we walked up the stairs. But as we got up to the stairs, I noticed there was music playing. Because I could hear there was music playing. It wasn't just one of those auditory hallucinations again. There was definitely something playing. So we walked up there, but I didn't know the song. But I realised it was a song that I'd been looking for ages. So I was really happy about that. I thought everything was amazing so far. But I was a little bit confused why there wasn't any music playing around the other area of the bar. But I thought, maybe that's okay, because when we're going on the golf course, it's got to be playing in there, isn't it? Because that's happened before, unfortunately. There's been no music in there. In the other video I made when they weren't playing anything in there. But luckily I managed to get it sorted out, so I thought perhaps I could get it sorted out today. So I went to the bar and I explained that there wasn't any music on the golf course. And this is when the whole entire thing just came crashing down at this point. The person on the desk told me that it was broken. I didn't know how it could break, and I was just a little bit confused, but I thought, well, at this point I already knew it was going to be rubbish. Because if there was no music on the golf course, we only were doing one game, and we're just going to have some drinks after. But I know it's just going to be crap, isn't it, now? But I tried to hold out some hope, because maybe I'd win at the golf, maybe we'd have a good time. But I was just starting to get really anxious about all the anxiety that I'd be having recently over the past couple of weeks. And even more so the fact that there was nothing playing. So we started the golf. There was only a few people playing with us at that time, but they didn't even start playing anyway. I think they just left halfway through the game because it was that bad. And we started playing, and then we were walking around, and it was just so depressing. It didn't even feel the same as it normally does. It felt like a different place. It's not the normal place that we're used to. There was no music on. It was absolutely horrid. We were in the UV room with the fish, and it was just, the lights in there there was just nothing to it. It was just absolutely crap. There was no music on. Half the lights were switched off in one section, so we couldn't even see what we were doing. We walked around and it was just quiet. You could faintly hear the music coming from the reception area. We couldn't even make it out. It was absolutely crap. It was unlike anything that I've ever witnessed at Mr Mulligan's. I don't even know why I even bothered to stay. It was that bad. We just rushed through the golf course, which we shouldn't have done. I didn't want to rush through the golf course because I usually enjoy playing. But I just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible because it was that bad. I thought the sooner we get into the reception area, the better, because that means that I'll be able to hear the music then. So the whole time I was just retching. I was trying so hard not to be sick. It was horrible. I kept hearing the sound of that volcano and thinking that it was something playing, but it wasn't. And by the time that we finished it, I was just... Well, I was on the verge of tears nearly by the time we'd finished it, because it was that bad. We walked back into the bar area, and they were playing a song then. It was one that I didn't know. It was by a band called Jungle, which I'd heard of recently, called All of the Time. So it was alright, because I thought, you know, perhaps it could get a little bit better now. I was still holding out some hope that it'd be okay. So we sat down and I ordered some drinks. Well, I ordered some drinks to take on the golf course, but I just felt so sick I couldn't even, you know, I felt nauseous and that. So every time I took a sip, I felt like I was going to throw up. Because of, you know, I was sick because of the quiet session and everything like that. Feeling nauseous, the fact there was no music on. But I started to drink a little bit more of it now there was music. And then after they played I Love You Baby as we sat down, I tried to make the most of it, but I was still so anxious about everything. I couldn't just enjoy it now. It just all got a bit too over the top. The fact of all this stuff was going on in around the corner and everything, and all these people were just not enjoying themselves. Nobody was enjoying themselves. It was just a horrible atmosphere. But I thought perhaps it could get a little bit better if the music's on in here. Perhaps it'd get a little bit better. After that, they played Locked Out of Heaven, which was amazing, and then What I Did for Love. But then something really bad happened. I was just sat there listening to the music as normal, but then all of a sudden it started going like that, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? It just started skipping, and then it started making this really horrible, like, buffering sound, like the speakers were going, like, it must have been something to do with the reception, but it was going absolutely crazy. The sound of it was like a really bad connection on a speaker. And then it just went off for a few seconds. I was like, this cannot be real. This cannot get any worse. And then it just kept going like this for ages. And then a song was playing, but then it skipped to another song. And then another song, and then it skipped to something else. I managed to Shazam it, and it was a Moby song. But at this point, I was a wreck. So I almost in tears. I just hated this. And there was all these people walking around shouting. There was another person who was trying to wake himself up for this apparent nightmare they thought they were in. And then we walked down the stairs, and I just left in the end, as I just couldn't take it anymore. It was that bad. And we left, and I just felt so sick, I was almost retching, I was almost about to throw up as we left. And then, by the time I just got in the car, I literally just burst into tears. I didn't even know what was going on with me. I was just an absolute wreck in the car. It was so bad. I just hated every moment of it. And I felt so guilty because it was that bad. And I don't want to say that it was crap, because, like I said at the start of the video, I don't want to have to say that it's crap, because every time we go there, we always have a great time. And I really hope that this was just a one-off experience, and it's never like this again. And I just want to go back and do it again, because it was so crap. I just want to go back and just try and make it a memorable experience next time. But it was just absolutely awful. The whole way home I was in tears, nearly. I was crying for like 10 minutes about all this experience, and now I just wish that everything would be back to normal, and all this sort of stuff. I just didn't even know what to do, because I was so anxious about all this whole entire situation. There was no music on. I was retching in there all the time, because I was just gagging the whole time because it was so horrible. And then when we finally left, I just felt just empty inside and numb because of how the experience, what it done to me. It scarred me. That's what it done. It left a mark on me. You know, I don't think that mark should have been left on me because of that. Out of all the things that could have been crap, Mr Mulligan's was crap. And it just seemed that weekend that I got so many things to look forward to, but it all turned out to be crap. Like, I was going to have a takeaway the night before that I was really looking forward to having because everybody was coming round for it. My nan was coming round for a takeaway. So I was really looking forward to it, but it turned out to be not very nice food. And then I was planning to go to Mr Mulligan's, and that turned out to be crap as well. I was just like, everything just seems to be crap. Why is nothing turning out the way it should? And I get that sometimes things aren't always how you expect them to be. But I mean, come on, that is just crazy. That is just absolutely insane. Out of all the things that could have gone wrong, that trip to Mr Mulligan's is literally the epitome of the saying, what can go wrong will go wrong. You know, there's no music on, and the music that is on keeps skipping. There's a horrible atmosphere. They weren't serving food. It was absolutely disgusting. I hate saying that, but the whole experience is just absolutely sickens. It sickens me. It sickened me that day. To the point where it made me gag how bad it was. I didn't even want to admit that it was crap. I wanted to just hope that I would wake up from a bad dream that it was or something. But there was no point in me wishing that I'd wake up from it. I knew it was real life. I knew it was real, and this wasn't a bad nightmare where Mr Mulligan's is crap and then I wake up and we go and it's amazing. I knew it wasn't going to be like that. I knew this was real and it was crap. And I was retching the whole time like that. I was just absolutely... At one point I actually thought I was going to be sick. But luckily, I wasn't sick. I was almost sick on the way home as well. I thought I had to pull over and be sick because of how anxious and horrible it was the whole time. But I'm so lucky now that hopefully I can go back to Mr Mulligan's and make up this whole experience and do a nice video and stuff just to make up for how crap it was last time we went. Because I don't want to be having to make a video like this talking about how rubbish it was, because that's not what I should be doing. I shouldn't be making videos, you know, slagging off the company. And you know why I don't want to make a video like that. This is like one of the video I don't really like talking like this about Mr Mulligan's, because it's usually an amazing place. It's one of my favourite places to go. But it just really disgusted me how crap it was last time, and I really hope that it's not like that again next time we go. I just really hope it isn't. I really hope this gets out there, because I don't want people to think that it's like this all the time at Mr Mulligan's, because it's not. It has never been like this in all the times that I've been going. So I hope this is just a one-off experience and they managed to get the music fixed in the end. But yeah, next time we go to Mr Mulligan's, I promise it will be amazing. I'm going to make sure that it's a great experience next time we go. And that might even be the next time I upload as well. So if I don't upload before then, I'll see you at Mr Mulligan's or something then. So yeah, that'll be the next video.